What's going on, smart people? After a long week of TAing lab and going to my own classes and holding my SI sessions, handing out problem sets and assignments, today is the less glamorous side of being a TA that I want to walk through a little bit today. So I handed out all of these assignments and now I have to grade all of them. So the first thing that I want to start with is the lab that I TA for. It's a course in engineering physics, and for that there's a few things that are graded. They always have to watch this video before lab that is automatically graded, and then as soon as they get to lab they have a quiz on that video. They're allowed to use their notes, so I hope everyone does well on that so I don't have to think too hard about grading it. So that's one thing. Then they go through the motions of their actual lab, which isn't graded, which is a little surprising. But then after they finish their lab, they have a post-test on it, which I guess makes up for it, which is the second graded assignment. So for that, I really just have to grade those two assignments and then put an attendance grade, and then that should be a wrap for this. The next item on the checklist has to do with the SI course that I instruct. So the students have to take this course in engineering physics. That's a lecture. They get their homeworks and their exams in that course, but they had the option of registering for an additional course, hence supplemental instruction, where what they learn in lecture, they get to practice in a separate setting, do some group work with other students to make sure that they're really understanding what they're learning in class. And for that, I come up with some problems. I take a look at their homework and I come up with relevant problems to the homework that I think will help them think in the right direction and will help them with their homework without it just being the exact same problem. So I come up with those problems that I hand them out during the SI session. They're able to work with their group and ask me questions and, just get comfortable with the material. So that means for this week, I need to come up with next week's problem set. So last week I handed one out and now I need to post the solutions to that. They just did vector addition and things like that, so I could get away with posting the solutions later because no one really had a hard time with it. But for this one, I'm going to write the problems and then I will post the solutions right after the lecture. That way they're not just, it's not helpful to see the solutions as much after the homework is due, so I want to get that to them as quickly as possible. Their homework for this next week in the engineering physics course has to do with one-dimensional motion, so I'm going to come up with problems about that. Probably something like you have a car going this fast and then another car that's going faster, but it leaves 2 minutes after. How long until it passes the other car? Like those types of problems that you can't ever leave out. But that about sums it up. That's what I gotta get done before the cycle repeats itself this next week, so I'm gonna get started on that. All I can say is I'm glad I don't also have homework to get done before the next week. I think in the future that probably will be the case, and I'll need to better plan when I get this TA stuff done, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let me know in the comments section, do you think being a TA sounds fun? Are you looking forward to that? And I will see you guys there.